carried this log over to the sawmill, put it on the carriage. I had to move the carriage down to the outfeed to get it to fit on there. I couldn't fit it on the sawmill under the roof, so tried to run it through my sawmill backwards, and that was a bad mistake. It was a train wreck. You can see here where had to cut it off the saw blade. So one thing I did learn is how the gullets haul the sawdust out of the log. So not all was lost. So this came out from our big oak that fell on close to our compost shed. What we got to do is, because I can only cut 14 inches on this saw, and that's the max. That's really pushing it. So what I'm going to do is come across here and cut here with the saw, and then the last little bit there I'll cut with the chainsaw, and then I'll roll the log over, and then it should reach through then for subsequent cuts. And the reason I'm taking this apart like this, probably going to cut 2-inch or so slabs, is there's a guy in West Texas that's going to give me some mesquite logs. I'm going to trade him oak for mesquite. Okay, in a previous video we had our garden here planted, and now it's grown up. And what are you picking, broccoli?
I'm picking broccoli for tonight, putting the salad, and then I'm getting the spinach for tomorrow's eggs in the morning.
There's the broccoli. The broccoli heads they're not real dense like I normally see. You know, they're kind of spread out. It's weird. And this over here is collard greens. You don't cook collard greens and greens together. It seems like collard greens take a little bit longer. And in between there is onions. And then this is a set of potatoes over here, red potatoes. And over here is a set that was up on the last video, I believe, underneath these greenhouses. So they got a head start on the other potatoes. And down at the end I've got a little row of garlic. The weird thing that me and the camera girl noticed was when we started cutting this open, we started smelling perfume. And this tree was dead before we ever put our washing machine gray water line in. It did run in front of it, but it was dead before we installed that. So we're not sure if it wicked it up, because your detergent has a little bit of perfume in it, doesn't it? It doesn't?
No.
I don't know where it comes from, but it's a sweet smell. It's almost like a flower. And I forgot to say before, this was a 36-inch log. Right now across the hypotenuse it's about 30 inches. So it's way too big for the saw. But now that I've got this, I'll flip it over, and then now I'm only 14 inches. And the blade can just about get through there. It'll probably have to be broken off a little bit, but it'll be close. got 5. First off, this is 6 foot long. That's what it takes to get in between the dogs or the knees. So we got 5, really 6, and a 1-inch board. That was all busted. And these are 2 inches, 2 inches thick. And one thing for sure is it didn't dry since 2011. It's still sopping wet in the middle. And these things weigh probably 75 pounds. I don't know. They're real heavy. Anyway, this will make somebody a good woodworking project. And we'll cut this other piece. I'll cut it up later. I could probably do something with it. If not, it'll be firewood. That's it.